Candy here, welcome back to my channel. This is a really exciting one because it's my first video with my brand new setup, so you will notice that there is a huge difference right now in quality. I have this magical unicorn existence happening around me right now, which I am just like in love with. So I went out and brought a new camera. I've got a ring light, I've got my studio lights, I've got my microphone, like everything is as higher quality as pretty much I could get it. So I figure now that if, you know, I don't get subscribers, it's because my personality is shit. I can't blame it on anything else. Also, another thing, let's just talk about the elephant in the room. If you are on my Snapchat, which is just Candied Makeup, you can find me everywhere at Candied Makeup, then you will know that yes, I have had lip injections, and yes, I have had anti-wrinkle, everybody knows it's Botox, not branded Botox, but anti-wrinkle forehead paralyzing injections as well. So I am going to be talking about this in a slightly future video when everything's sort of settled down. Everything has not settled down right now. You may also be sitting there thinking, but Candice, your lips are always like that in every video. Well, actually yes, I normally pump them before I put on my makeup. I normally do like the suction pump thing and pretty much get this exact same result, but this time I didn't have to do that, and it is amazing to just put on lipstick and not have to plump your lips. So anyway, I'm going to go in depth and do another video about all of that, and if you're a hater of that, then like cool, bye. Not really concerned, and in the video I'm going to give all the reasons as to why like I wanted them done and yada yada yada, all of that rubbish. So anyway, you came here for the Colourpop Yes Please Palette, so I used this, I created this look, I give you my thoughts on it and let you know how I feel about it. Is it worth the $16? It is selling out like hotcakes. They cannot keep this stocked, like at all. I don't know if they're just doing like really small batch runs of them or what their dealio is, but they can't keep this in stock. But yeah, if you want to see how I found it and actually see me using it in action, then just keep watching. So here it is. So before I get started, I just want to touch on the fact that this is a lot smaller than what kind of the pictures look like and what I really thought it was going to look like. You know, I thought these pans were going to be a lot bigger, but that's okay. I don't go through eyeshadows as quickly as probably most people anyway, because I buy too many. But here it is. It's absolutely beautiful. There are some gorgeous matte shades in here. Most of them are matte. There's 4 sort of shimmer shades, and then the rest are pure matte shades, which is really nice because, I mean, mattes are quite versatile, whereas, you know, shimmers, you can only put those in certain places on your eye, technically. I mean, you can put them wherever the hell you want, but technically. So, I'm going to create a bit of a halo eye, I think. You guys would have already seen in the intro what I've created. This is weird because I don't know what I'm going to create right now, but you already know what I've created. Very, very strange. So, I'm going to take the first cream shade, I'm going to put that all over my lid like I do every single time I do my eyeshadow, and it is called Full Zip. So this is also my first time ever trying Colourpop eyeshadows. So the pressed eyeshadows, I've got the normal eyeshadows, but this is my first time with their pressed shadows, so very excited. So that's Full Zip just going on my lid all over. So before I move along, I just want to point out that that is sort of the amount of kickback that came from the shadow just then. So pretty standard for eyeshadows to have kickback. Subculture, just saying. Okay, so now I'm just going to bring you guys a little bit closer for the real eye work. Okay, now taking my standard Morphe, this is the M441 blending brush. It's been nice and big and fluffy. I'm now going to start with the shade, it is called Champs. This is like a really baby sort of shade to put in my transition, but we're going to do that anyway because I just want to work my way sort of slowly. Okay, and now taking the shade Chauffeur, I'm going to, again, put this in my transition shade. I'm not going to put this as high as the last shade. So you can see that we've got our sort of Champs sort of more up here. I'm bringing that one just here. And I'm going to bring that underneath my lower lash line as well. It's really nice, sort of a buildable product. Is that the word I'm looking for? It's actually quite nicely buildable. It's not sort of like a, it's on, screwed now, blend bitch blend kind of product. So I really want to work with this yellow shade. Like, to me this yellow shade is like beautiful, like ooh. So I'm going to start with that. That is called French Kiss. Now I'm going to pop this on my inner third and outer third. I'm going to blow this out a wee bit though, because once I go and put my darker shade on top of that, I don't want it to completely cover the yellow and the yellow to not even be noticeable. Oh my god, that's really pretty. I'm actually going to bring this over in the crease line as well, because I want lots of this shade. I am loving this shade. Okay, and I'm definitely going to be putting this underneath as well because who in their right mind wouldn't? Okay, so now going on with a deeper shade, I'm going to use the shade Big Cocktails, and this is sort of a peachy orange tone, and using the same brush, I'm just going to put this on my inner third and outer third. I'm going to keep this a little bit more concentrated to the area though. I feel like I would probably have preferred these to be a little bit more pigmented. I mean, for the price of the palette, you can't really complain. Okay, and going just slightly deeper on that inner and outer third, just to create some real dimension, I'm going to go in with the shade. I think it might be the shade GNO. What does GNO mean? You know what GNO means? Put it down below. I'm trying to think. Is it like get nowhere outside? No. Oh god. Okay, let's quit while I'm ahead. Let's put some of that on. At this stage, there is no fallout at all, so that's really good. Okay, now I'm going to take just a fluffy blending brush, and I'm just going to blend it a wee bit. Okay, and just for a touch more depth, because I just need a touch more, I'm going to now pop in the shade. Oh, hang on. I think I'm getting these shades wrong. So I got my shades wrong. Again, I do this really frequently. The yellow shade is actually called Mischief, and I'm now going to be putting this really sort of dark reddy shade, and that is called French Kiss, and I'm going to be putting that just again, same place. So now we're going into the middle of the eye. I'm going to take the shade Buttercake, which is this gorgeous light gold shade. I'm going to pack my brush, and then I'm going to wet my brush down with some setting spray, like I always do. This isn't because of the palette, this is just because this is what I do to get better pigmentation from it anyway. But the way I view it in these palette reviews is I'm better off just doing things the way that I always do them. That way everything is consistent. That was actually so pigmented, it just went like right over top of that dark shade, like easily, without a care in the world. I'm just going to take that shade French Kiss, which is that darker one, and I'm just going to beef up those corners just a little bit. I feel like I've lost it a wee bit. And just like that, I'm going to call it a day, and I'm now going to pop on sort of my liner and my lashes, and I will be back with my final verdict. And that is it. This is the completed look using the Colourpop Yes Please Palette. Now, does it get the Candied makeup stamp of approval? I know I can put the sound effect in, but I thought it would be cuter. Yes, it absolutely does. I did expect a little bit more out of these shadows. However, I did expect them to be like actually more pigmented than what they are. It's not that they're not pigmented, but I did expect them to be a little bit more pigmented, being sort of Colourpop, because Colourpop like products are pigmented, full stop. So it's not that it's not unworkable, I just had higher expectations, but that doesn't mean to say that I'm also let down. I absolutely love this palette. I know there's just so many reds and orange palettes out there. Like, red and orange is just like the color of the season. It's been the color of the last few years, and I know they're everywhere, but this one has a bright yellow. Like, how many have bright yellows? Not very many. In fact, I don't think I've got, I think this is my only like super bright yellow eyeshadow. So I absolutely love this palette. I feel like this palette would be actually really quite versatile. I mean, obviously if you like warm eyeshadows, then you'll love this. If you don't really like warm shadows, you're not going to love this. If you've got enough reds, you're not going to love this. But otherwise, it's just beautiful. I think it's got a good balance of mattes and shimmers, because the mattes, to me, in my opinion, are a little bit more workable and wearable. But it's got the cream, it's got a darker shade. It's to me, this is quite a really good palette. It's really small. It's another downside. Downsize, well, it was a downsize. You get 0.85 grams in each little pan, or that's 0.03 ounces. I can see why everyone has gone mad over this palette, and I can see why this palette is so hard to get your hands on. But if you can get your hands on it and you love reds and oranges and yellows and warm tones, then do. It is beautiful. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, then please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and you'll be seeing my face in the next one.